Huh? The recipe. Nice. Oh, it's good. It's olive. It's in me.
Hello, my name is Saurav and I wrote, directed and edited the movie called Lathe about the little autistic boy who draws sketches.
Hello, I'm Margaret. I am the director, writer, and creator of the last film we just saw.
Hi, my name is Emma Von Ferguson. I am the writer, producer, and an actor in The Recipe.
Hi, my name is Natalia. You can also call me Natalia. I am the director of The Recipe.
I'm Jason. I'm the director of Fruits and Vegetables. Hey, I'm Dennis. I'm the writer-director for The Mirror.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. I'm the producer and art director for The Mirror.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Baba. I was the sound recordist for Overkill, Print in the Woods, and The Recipe.
My name is Luke Kreger, and I'm the writer and director of The Print in the Woods and the director of photography for Overkill.
My name is Ed Mowbray, and I'm the writer and director of Overkill.
Everybody, I'm Patrick Russell, actor in Overkill.
Hello, my name is Omar, and I was cinematographer for El Regreso.
Hello, my name is Bernice, and I was the writer and director for El Regreso del Miedo.
Hi, my name is Neil, and I was co-director for Drawn to You. Hey, I'm Nitin, I was co-director for Drawn to You.
All right, we will do a similar thing, one by one, kind of back in line, or maybe one per project rather. But would you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the film? Why you felt you needed to make this film now?
Originally, part of the project was that I think we wanted to make something around Valentine's Day. The film surrounds it, but we wanted to do something funny with romance, and we had like a Valentine's Day film contest we wanted to submit to. So we kind of just got to brainstorming, and that was kind of where it started. So just tried to came up with something goofy with Valentine's Day, basically.
For me, I mostly produce, but this is my first directorial debut project, and so I kept thinking about what I wanted it to be about. And as a Latina, for me, my parents have always been very supportive of what I do, so I thought, let's focus it on that. So it really got down to immigration, but obviously with what's occurring right now, I didn't realize it was gonna become this big, because we filmed this last year, and we filmed it in November. So yeah, definitely with everything happening right now, we would have never predicted it. But yeah, it was mostly a thank you to my parents and exploring that.
Overkill kind of came about as I really love just Hitman movies in general, like the movie Hitman with Glenn Powell, and also the show Barry on HBO, and then just kind of like exploring that space a little bit, and reading some articles around like, you know, hiring a hitman in real life it never goes according to plan, and so I just thought it was a fun concept to play with.
I grew up watching all those Bigfoot shows and stuff like that, and I kind of wanted to just tap back into some of those shows. And at the time, I just feel like there was a lot of like conspiracy theories kind of coming out, and I kind of wanted to write something that was sort of in that vein.
For The Mirror, I come from Ukraine, so you know somebody might know what's happening there, and I thought that I wanted to create a film that would combine the home that I left behind with the home that I gained in California, so it became this kind of amalgamation of Ukrainian folklore and Californian landscape. For Fruits and Vegetables, I grew up in San Francisco, and in like '93 I was about 10, watched all my parents' friends dying of AIDS all around me, and just trying to understand as a kid was something that just always stuck with me. And I heard that joke that the kid says on a bus, and I drive by that bus stop every day, and I still hear that joke, so I just wanted to do something with it.
Yeah, the inspiration for the recipe, just inspired by various female friendships in my life throughout the years, and the intricacies and complexities and how you grow in friendships, and maybe build up resentment in others, but yeah, that was kind of the inspiration to explore that.
Yeah, for mine, I've always been very curious of how our mind works, and not so much what we like or our political inclinations, but mostly like how our brain goes from one thought to the next. And so what I wanted to do with this short is basically represent my own mind, because it's the only mind I've ever known. And kind of like outside of like the basic, the common train, the stream of consciousness in literature, which is mostly like written word. I wanted to add this concepts of like images and transitions and things like that to help just represent the mind itself.
I'm on the autism spectrum, and so is my son. So Lathe was originally a short story about kind of an apology letter from me to my wife for not being able to help to deal with and raise our son. And how this film came about was the two lead actors, they're friends, and they did this film gratis. And we had a friend's house available for a weekend because they were going out. So it was just me, the DOP, and the actors. So we shot it in 2 days.
Sorry, you can hold on to that mic. We're going to do this one last time. Making movies is a miracle. It feels like everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Would you share a story maybe from set, from somewhere in the filmmaking process, in which you overcame an unexpected obstacle that you are very proud of? And if you don't have an answer, make it up. You're all writers.
It's not something I'm proud of, but there's a shot in the film where we look at the car arriving through like 2 trash cans. And it was trash day, the trash cans were there, so we thought we'll get that shot. But then when we put 1 trash can there, it was not lining up. So we kind of dragged like all the trash cans down from the block and put them to get that shot. No, and we forgot to put them back. So when we finished shooting, we come out. Nobody said anything, it's a nice neighborhood. But they were giving us glares.
For me, so I sent a voiceover request to one of these platforms, and I got thousands of requests, auditions back. All kinds. I said from 30 to 40 male, and I got like 80-year-old women reading this. I understand that people want to try to. And so a friend of mine from work said, I'll do a tempo so you can edit around it. And he worked pretty well. But then he broke up with his girlfriend, and he couldn't record the extra lines that I needed. And I said to him, like, I need that sorrow that you're feeling right now. Because that's just the existential dread of the story. And eventually I managed to get him to do it, and he got back with his girlfriend. Now he sees the film, and he said, I can feel my pain, I can hear my pain, and it actually works.
For the recipe, I feel like for almost every filmmaker here, they can understand when it comes to gathering a cast and crew, scheduling can be a pain, and also just things come up and life happens. And so originally I was a first AD in this film, and then a week leading into filming, I got promoted to director. So this is my directorial debut, which is awesome. Thank you. So that would probably be the thing that comes to mind, is just scheduling in general, just being understanding, being able to pivot and be flexible, and just knowing that, hey, like, you gotta make this film and you gotta make it work, and how can we do that together? So, yeah.
I learned shooting on water is really hard. Everything is moving all the time, and then when your actors fall into the water and the canoe capsizes, it's really brutal. I've lost like hours just kind of drying them off with hair dryers on the side after they fell. And then at the same time, a ranger pulls up and he goes, "This doesn't look like a documentary." And I pulled a permit for $100 saying it was a documentary on the 80s and 90s. And then they're like, "No, this is not that." So then I got a $1,000 fine. So yeah, shooting on water is rough.
I guess in that same vein, when Dennis shared the script with me, he had a very particular vision for this pristine lake where, you know, trees rose out of it like there was no shoreline or anything like that, and it was very evocative. So we spent almost a year trying to find this perfect, pristine lake. We finally did, and it was up in Mendocino. The crew and cast together were about like 18 people, and we had like a nothing budget. So we crammed everyone into a tiny cabin with one working bathroom, and there was like sharing of beds. Everyone was such a trooper, but all for this lake. And I guess it culminated in one of the last days of shooting. Shooting on water is hard. Shooting on water at nighttime is hard. Shooting on water with an actor who can't swim is hard. Shooting on water with actors who are, you know, need to be kept warm is very hard. And so, yeah, it was just an incredible experience. That final shoot day, we had a perfect full moon, and it was really, like, amazing. So, yeah.
I worked on a project where we were filming at a state park, and we didn't have a permit. And a ranger came up like middle of a take and started asking questions, and one of the PAs just was like, he's like 20 something, and he just had that attitude that 20-year-olds have. It's like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know. It's like, dude. And so I set my audio gear aside and walked over and said, "What's going on?" And it's like, just nice to the ranger, and he just wanted to know what's going on. And like, he could have shut us down, and he was about to, I think, because the kid was being a dick. Pardon the language. But like, we were nice, and then he was nice back, and so it actually, like, I don't know, I feel like if you're just nice, people will let you do things. Could have gone really badly, but it was actually a really good shoot.
I guess one thing there's a couple things that I learned, but when shooting with somebody that has glasses on, you really got to look at the monitors because there's constantly reflections, and you're gonna always see either somebody in the reflection of the glasses or a light in the glasses, and so then you're gonna have to go in post and you're gonna have to cut all that out. So definitely keep an eye out for that sort of thing.
For me, well, you have a shot list that Luke and I have put together.
All right. I realized something as the Q&A started, and that is the Audience Choice Awards. Some may say it would have been smart to set the bucket on the stage so people could write their answers during the intermission between the last film and the Q&A. Some might say that would have been smart. To you, I say, I forgot. So, we're gonna do that now. We have a bucket with pencils. You have slips of paper with films' names on them. Come on down here, circle in the film that you would like to select as your favorite, counted. We will kick off the awards ceremony right now. Okay. Again, this doesn't really mean, well, it means that, you know what? No, I should stop being so negative. This is the most important thing in your entire life. This is potentially the biggest achievement you'll ever have. That feels really bad to say. In the Judge's Choice Award, again, we have a relatively large, relatively diverse panel of judges full of filmmakers, musicians, artists, creatives, other buzzwords, and they watched all of these films in their entirety and voted. In third place for Judge's Choice, we have Infinity. In second place for the Judge's Choice Award, we have The Recipe. And in first place for the Judge's Choice Award, we have, thank you for the drum roll, we have No Vacancy. We will move on to Best Performance. Again, as ranked by our judges, we have the hostess with the mostest, Emma von Ferguson as Stella in The Recipe. Those Meisner classes paid off. Most Local Award. Again, vibes, for the most part. We have a tie between Drawn to You and Boxes. For the Audience Choice Award, what we all just voted for a little bit too late. In third place, we have No Vacancy. In second place, we have The Print in the Woods. And in first place, the audience choice is The Recipe. Finally, the most coveted award. The one that you may go home tonight and be completely satisfied. Every single one of your wants and desires will wash away because you've won this award tonight. This Marquee Award is the culmination of every other award. And it goes to, a drum roll please, The Recipe! One more big round of applause to all of our filmmakers tonight, all of the films tonight. All of these films were made in or by people from the Bay Area. It is such a special thing that we get to gather and celebrate local art, that we get to show our work, that we get to see our work, especially, for me as someone coming from this town. Thank you for coming here, for those who came from the city and Oakland and stuff, and the Peninsula and stuff, and the South Bay and stuff. Thank you for coming out and sharing your work with us. It's incredible. And stay tuned because we're gonna do this again next year and I want you to that wraps our Locals Only Short Film Festival, our 4th annual Locals Only Short Film Festival. Next year's gonna be bigger and better than ever. I'm actually gonna be a little bit more organized, which includes, as someone in the Q&A said, like bringing people around you and having them do what they're good at. Thank you for that tip. We're good. I've had a couple of people ask, is there going to be a compiled list of all the films that were shown here tonight? I want to send to my friends. I want to see them later. Maybe. I will talk to the filmmakers and see if that is possible. And if so, we will post a link to our socials. So follow us at the Chabot Theater. Chabot spelled like Chabot, C-H-A-B-O-T. That's what all the governmental agencies that I have to talk to fairly regularly call us. Anyway, dumb joke. Okay. That's it. Thank you so much for coming out to the Locals Only Short Film Festival, for celebrating local art, for creating local art. That is it for us. Get home safe. Hang out till 10-ish or until I want to go home. Have a great night.